Welcome, good day. Today we are talking about a topical and very important topic. Look at these two pictures. Sometimes you may think that the two pictures on the left side and the right side are the same. Yes, you are almost right. But if someone says that this is completely blue, it is not true. Although the sea appears mainly blue to us, it is actually made up of many different colors. The color of the sea changes from place to place in the world. Also, do you know that the color of the sea represents its health? One particular satellite has found that the color of our world's oceans is gradually changing. It means that the health of the oceans is gradually changing. The main one, apparently, is climate change. Of course, water is not blue. Pure water is colorless. The blue color of the sea can be seen because the sea absorbs some parts of the sun's rays and reflects the blue color to us. This absorption and reflection can vary from one ocean to another. Oceans are not just pure water supplements. In the water of these oceans, materials such as mud, external particles, and moss have been stored and dissolved. Mud, soil, and particles can give the ocean a more reddish color, and green in nature like moss. This is due to chlorophyll. Because of this, these high oceans can tend to be more green in color. In short, if the shape of the oceans changes, it must be clearly visible. Most of these changes are too subtle for our naked eyes to perceive. But if there is a slight change, it means that something has happened or is happening in that water. If the ocean water has a green color, it is mainly caused by aquatic plants. May the first links of the food chain of the oceans be formed. So, if an ocean shows more green color, it means that more food is produced in that ocean. This seems like a good thing to us. In many cases, we cannot say at once that the water in a certain ocean is greener as a whole. In order to come to such a decision, the color of the ocean should be tested frequently over a period of time. Because the oceans are huge things. Something like this can only be examined accurately with a satellite. By now, we have orbited many satellites. The devices available in these are different. Because of this, it is not possible to observe something in the same way from each of these. If we do that, the data will come in different formats. Some corrections have to be made if they are taken on the same sheet. When doing so, the number of standard errors increases. These errors are even greater when examining things like chlorophyll in particular. The reason for that is that their green color changes greatly due to various factors. Therefore, we have to observe this for a very long time to see if the color of the oceans changes due to chlorophyll. According to the scientists, in order to get such a useful result regarding chlorophyll, it is necessary to observe the ocean for 30 years with the same equipment and collect data. Keeping something like that in space for a long time is not an easy task, except for a few telescopes. Because of this, we cannot say for sure at this time whether the oceans are changing according to the amount of chlorophyll in the oceans. But if we can choose a component that can be observed more easily and quickly, this work will be successful. An American and British company recently announced that they had discovered something like this. This parameter is called Remote Sensing Reflector, or RRS. RRS is a method based on the wavelength of light rays reflected from the ocean surface. Here, the normal absorption of light rays from red to colorless light takes place. After that, the overall color of the ocean is appreciated. This method has several advantages over monitoring chlorophyll. One of the main ones is that light rays of different wavelengths can be observed and used for calculations. It is observed that chlorophyll results only in light rays belonging to one wavelength. Because of this, the end result is increased accuracy. According to the scientists, 20 years of data collected using this method is enough. The good news is that we now have 20 years of data. We collected this data using moderate resolution imaging SPECTRORADIOMETR. This is installed on NASA's Aquarius satellite. In fact, It has been used for a long time to monitor sea level rise and ice sheet decline. This satellite is a satellite orbited for a special purpose. It has been in orbit since 2002. At first it was planned to be implemented for about 6 years, but, as of now, it has been decided to keep it active till 2026. One of the modes in which this satellite collects data is the method called RRS. So, we have collected all the relevant data to conduct an experiment about the color change of this ocean without knowing it. But this shows that the entire ocean has gradually turned darker. After 2000 to dot, it is still not clear why this is happening. According to the data, the color change is not affected by the change in seawater temperature, but this color difference, according to the models we have made so far, is very compatible with the changes that may occur in the present and the future. In other words, the climate changes that we predicted are happening in the same way. According to them, 50% of the world's color should change soon. This is also what the RRS data shows. Logically, it is difficult to say exactly how it happens, but there is a connection between these color changes and climate change. We now know that climate change is not just a change in the temperature of the oceans. Due to any of these factors, the color of the Vigeras can be changed. This increase in green color may be due to an increase in the organisms that carry out photosynthesis in the oceans. But we cannot say that only. We think the oceans are getting greener due to any of these factors. But why should we be interested in it? There are two main reasons for that. This gives an indication of the places where marine life gathers. Accordingly, we can speculate about the future fate of things like the fishing industry in those areas. The changes could have been quicker and more powerful. So, we must always pay attention to carbon screening in this ocean. In areas of the ocean where this screening occurs, more organic molecules may move and accumulate. Accordingly, there may be various changes in those areas. Finally, when all these things are put together, it is clear that the climate changes that were speculated to be caused by human activities are happening in the same way. Because of this, sea creatures can also be affected, and the areas where they live can change because of this. Industries, such as fisheries in some countries, can turn the other way. That's why the green color of the ocean is not very auspicious.